Om Shanti. On behalf of the Brahma Kumaris, a very warm welcome to you to commemorate this International Day of Yoga. And we are offering this online event called Yoga at Home and Yoga with the Family. The Brahma Kumaris is an organization that has over 9,000 centers across 110 countries. From humble beginnings in 1936 in Karachi, it has truly become a global phenomenon. And one of the specialities of this organization is that it offers everything for free of charge. Courses and events and personal development, seminars, they're all offered free of charge by an army of volunteers from different backgrounds, from a variety of communities and countries. And it's one of those rare organizations that is actually administered by women. From the very beginning, the founder, Brahma Baba, wanted to have women at the forefront of a spiritual organization, a spiritual movement that could impact on the world. Well, it has certainly done that. And in this afternoon's program, we also have some distinguished guests. We have some from the UK, and we're also pleased to have Brother Charlie Hogg, the director of Australia, one of the first Westerners who did the Raj Yoga course and subsequently has become a very passionate advocate of Raj Yoga meditation. So I do hope that you're going to enjoy the event at the luxury of your home, and it will demonstrate how we can all practice this form of meditation, these forms of yoga, wherever we are, whether we're at home, whether at work, or whether we have a family or we don't have a family, or whether we're by ourselves or with a large group of individuals. It's something that everyone can do. It doesn't matter about your religion, your belief systems. It transcends all of those. It's just about giving you some very special tools that will enable you to become the person that you always wanted to be. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, and welcome to Yoga Dance with Katie. I'm Katie, and today it's such a joy and privilege to join in this wonderful celebration of International Yoga Day, organised by the Brahma Kumaris of Harmony House in Leicester. I'm delighted to be sharing with you and our family my yoga dance, simply yoga and dance put together from my home here in Nottingham. I've designed a short taster of my yoga dance to be fun and energising and easy to do along with me at home by using a mixture of music, movement, mindfulness and meditation, with all you need to lift your day in a positive way. Always remember to be mindful, and yoga dance however suits you. We're all unique, so do what feels good to you. There's no right or wrong. And yoga dance is about finding your why, connecting within body, mind, spirit and emotions, here and now in the present. My motto is, if it doesn't feel good, don't do it. So let's dive in, clear a little space in your room, just enough to stretch out your arms, take a side or forward step. Don't worry if you haven't that much space where you are, you can modify your moves to make them smaller or stationary to fit in. And as there's lots of armography, you can even join in sitting down if you prefer. So, join me now, don't be shy, it's nice and easy. So let's jump right on in with my easy yoga dance warm-up. See you in a moment.
We have found our way. It's a brand new day, and we'll be making history. Are you with me? Won't you stay? We have come so far. This is who we are, and like the rising sun, we have just begun to play our part.
So now you've cleared that space, join me, come to standing or seated into Tadasana, feet hip width apart, and just notice how you feel in easy mountain posture. Connect with the soles of your feet and feel your energy flowing up through the legs. Squeeze the muscles to the bone, squeeze the bottom, lift out of the waist, pull the tummy button into the spine, lengthen the tailbone, grow tall, roll the shoulders back and down, and imagine your energy growing through the crown of the head, lengthen the arms away. Then breathing in, take the arms up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, arms lower. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Nice even breath, Samavitri Pranayama. Add a head turn. It goes side, center, side, center. That's it, nice and controlled, slow movements, warming up our body. Tilt the head. Remember, nice even breath. Excellent. Onto shoulder shrugs here. 8 doubles. Lift the shoulders up to the ears. Alternate shoulders. That's it, nice and easy. Pull that tummy in, stand tall, roll them shoulders forward, nice and slow, and back. Excellent, pause, knees bend, side stretch. Keep the back nice and straight. Keep the tummy pulled in. Excellent, squeeze that bottom. Excellent. Pause here, hips, go. Side to side, you can add an arm movement if you want. Good. Swaying, warming up that lower body. To circles, circle the hips one way, add the arms to follow. You've got it, nice and easy. Good. And the other way. Fabulous. So remember those big breaths. Remember to pull that tummy in tight. Fabulous. March on the spot. Knee lifts. Lift those knees up high. Keep the back straight. Remember, you don't have to lift the knees. Big deep breaths. Toe taps. And shoulder shuffles. Toe taps. Shoulder shuffles. Heel lifts here. Add the arms, slowly lift them up. Fabulous. Pause here in a Y. Shoulders back and down, tummies in, back nice and straight. So hold this Y pose and check your posture. Feel strong and notice your breathing. Big slow breaths. Maybe close your eyes and just notice how you feel, and however you feel in this long extended mountain pose. Say to yourself, I am strong, I am steady, I am uplifted, majestic like a mountain, balanced and even in my breath. So after that gentle warm up, we're going to get a little bit more active. So find your start and end pose. We finish and start the dance with the Y. Take a nice big deep breath, pull that tummy in tight. We've got 8 counts to the music and then we'll start marching. I'll count you in. 5, 6, 7, go. Excellent. Once more. Side arms.
We have found our way.
Side and up. So keep that tummy tight. You might want to travel. Fabulous. You might keep it small.
This is who we are.
Or on the spot.
Like the rising sun, we have just begun to play our part.
Point and pray.
This is the time we
Good. V-step the feet forwards and back. Big deep breath. Keep breathing and smiling. Shoulder to shoulders. All the way around. Other side. Ready to share your energy? Share your energy, your love, your smile, your style. Come into tree. Shoulder to shoulder. All the way around. Excellent. Share your energy, your love, your smile, your style. Into tree. Hold it a little bit longer. Take the arms up. Bring them back down. March on the spot. Excellent. Pull that tummy in. Posture check. Twice more. You can really pick those knees if you've got lots of energy, or keep it still. Side step. Keep it breathing. Feel strong in those arms. Remember, you can do it as it feels right for you. You might like to add in a hair sweep and a hip roll. Good. Point and pray. Keep breathing. V-step with those feet. Excellent. One more, shoulder to shoulder. Shoulders all the way around. Heroes and dreamers. Share your energy, your love, your smile, your style. Come into tree. Oh, watch you wobbling. Shoulder to shoulder. Round. Shoulder to shoulder. Share your energy. Energy, love, smile, style. And pause in tree. Take the arms up. Bring them back down. March on the spot. Arm circle. So, little tricky here, double arms out. Keep that back nice and straight, so working a bit harder. And breathe. So you might do an air grab. Or you might keep it nice and small. One more set. V-step here, point and pray. Last time for the chorus. Shoulder to shoulder. All the way around. Share your energy, love, smile, style. Find that tree. Hold the pose. Shoulder to shoulder. All the way around. Share your energy, your love, style, and smile. Come into tree. Pick it up. Hold it there. Oh, don't let your tree topple. March on the spot. Fabulous. You've got it. Last one. Ready for that big Y. Hold that Y. Hold it strong. Pull in the tummy. Stand tall. Keep breathing. Nice big deep breaths. Keep that core strong. Squeeze the bottom. And then think why. Because there's many benefits of yo dancing. It engages us fully, body, mind, spirit and emotions. It increases our heart rate and breathing rate. Regular practice can help manage blood pressure. It releases endorphins, such as oxytocin, the feel-good hormone that makes us feel good. So once again, bring your hands to heart center. Take a moment at heart center and notice how you feel. Take a nice big deep breath. Connect within. Feel your prana, your life force and positive energy flowing, and say to yourself, I am energized, I am strong, I am balanced, majestic like a mountain. And then we'll keep that positive energy flowing as we ground and replenish ourselves in a colourful and calming meditation. You might like to stay standing in Tadasana, easy mountain pose, or you might like to come to Sukhasana, easy seated pose with me. So catch your breath, maybe keep the feet moving a little bit just while you bring that heart rate down. And let's come in to that nice relaxed space. So, standing or sitting, keep your back straight and your eyes open or closed. Feel completely comfortable within yourself and follow along with your mind as I guide you. Take a deep breath. Relax and enjoy the moment. Bring your awareness to your breath and make your inhale and exhale an even count of 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. Now inhale positive calming energy. Exhale, feel calm and energized. Let's extend our exhale to a count of 6. Count with me. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Continue this pattern for a moment. Counting our breath focuses our mind, and extending our exhalation stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, causing the relaxation response in the body. Inhale and exhale. And now relax to a natural intuitive breath. And carry the breath to where you need it most today, be it body, mind, spirit or emotion. And as you inhale, imagine breathing in a colourful, sparkling, healing energy. And as you exhale, feel yourself relax. With your next breath, take your awareness to the base of your spine, your root chakra, and imagine a red energy circling powerful and strong. Then spiral that energy up your spine and pause at the sacral chakra. Here, imagine an orange energy, perhaps glowing like the sun at sunset. And now channel that energy up your spine and at your solar plexus. See a yellow colour shining and radiant like a bright sun of summer. Feel uplifted, rejuvenated and energized. Again, spiral your energy up your spine and see your heart chakra as a spinning wheel of healing green energy. Flood your heart with healing calmness and wrap yourself in a warm sensation of love, self-care, self-kindness, so your emotions feel positive and calm. Gently bring that energy back now to spiraling up the spine, and at your throat chakra, visualize a vibrant blue, giving you power for self-expression and positive communication. Now guide your attention to the center of your forehead and see an indigo energy circling in a clockwise direction, filling your mind with light and wisdom. Then go deeper within and notice a point of light. Connect with your point of light, your soul, your true self, and let your soul shine bright, brilliant and powerful. Now, keeping that power within, come back to your mind and gently say to yourself, I am calm, I am happy, I am peaceful, my energy is balanced, I am grounded, I am balanced and grounded. Then notice your breath, your gentle rhythm, rising and falling like waves on a shore. And as you bring your attention back to your body, hands at heart center, let your mind be still, your spirit light and your emotions balanced. Practicing physical, mental, spiritual and emotional holistic relaxation is so important, along with good nutrition to help manage stress and help maintain a strong and healthy immune system. So I hope you've enjoyed my easy yoga asanas, pranayama, brain gym, dance and meditation, all drawing on wonderful aspects of hatha yoga, vinyasa yoga, kundalini yoga, yoga nidra and beautiful Raj yoga, which provides us systematic instruction to attain positivity, inner peace, clarity, self-control and realization. It's been a real honour to be part of this Home Harmony House celebration of International Yoga Day. Thank you. Om Shanti. Namaste. May the light within me shine with the light within you.
Hello. So on this International Day of Yoga, I'm here to talk to you about yoga and what yoga is. Yoga is seen as a link or a union or a connection. And it's all about exploring these connections and its connections through energy. And there's many different types and forms of energy. But specifically, I'm here to talk to you about pranayama and the link or the connection between the body, the breath, and then the mind. So using our breath, we can learn to reach a stage where we're in a meditative mindset. So if our minds are rushing around in many different directions, and it's very tricky to control the mind, it's a good way to just focus on the breath. And the breath helps us to take control of the mind. So pranayama, the word prana means energy or life force, and yama means to restraint or control. So it's controlling our own energy flow through the body, which then has an effect on the mind, and then the mind has an effect on the body. So to begin with, we're just going to practice taking long, slow, deep breaths. So placing both hands on the abdomen, and then as we inhale, we just want to inflate the abdomen. And then as we exhale, we're sucking the abdomen back towards the spine. Inhaling to inflate the abdomen. Maybe pause for a second. And then exhale, sucking the abdomen back towards the spine. So the breath is still going down towards the lungs. So continually breathing. The breath is still going down towards the lungs here, but we're using deeper aspects of our lungs as we breathe. As children, we used to breathe like this, breathing down towards the abdomen gently rising and falling with each breath. But as we get older, sometimes if there's tension or stress or whatever may be going on in the dramas of our lives, our breathing changes, and our mindset has a correlation, a link to what our breathing is like. So to come back to a state of peace, it's always good to practice this gentle, very easy technique, maybe just placing the hands in the abdomen and inhaling and exhaling slowly. So we're using deeper aspects of our lungs. And to deepen the breath further still, what we're going to do is place our left hand onto the heart center, on the chest. So there's 2 cavities in the body for breath, the abdomen and then the chest cavity. So as we inhale, we want to inflate the abdomen and then allow the chest to rise, maybe feeling the breath into the throat. And then as we exhale, chest falls, abdomen goes back towards the spine. So we're just taking these long, slow, deep breaths. As we inhale, abdomen rises, chest rises, feeling the breath into the collarbones and into the throat. And then as we exhale, a breath leaves the throat, leaves the chest, and abdomen pulled back towards the spine. So we're just going to take 2 or 3 more long, slow, deep breaths here. Inhaling, abdomen rising, chest rising, feeling the breath in the throat. And then as we exhale, chest falls, pulling the abdomen back towards the spine. So this is our first step of coming back to natural breathing, is actually making sure we're taking long, slow, deep breaths towards the abdomen. The next thing to be aware of is the energy channels that run up and down the body, where breath flows to bring energy towards the body, because prana can be translated as energy or life force. So to bring breath down, there's 3 main channels. The first one is known as Ida, which is the right nostril, Pingala, which is the left nostril, and the Shushumna, which is the throat. So this breathing using the abdomen, inhaling and exhaling, also stimulates a nerve in the neck called the vagus nerve. This nerve helps to bring our body system into a very restful and a very restful state. Within our autonomic nervous system, there's 2 parts. One is known as the sympathetic nervous system, which is all about activity and movement, which is the Ida. And then the rest and the digest side, which is our parasympathetic nervous system, which is our Pingala. So each nostril is linked, one towards energy and one towards coolness and calmness. So to bring balance between these 2, we're going to practice this breathing, but maybe just through one nostril to begin with, and see any changes or observations that are going on with the body. So with the left hand, we're just going to connect the index finger and the thumb and releasing the hand down towards the knee. Fingers are straight. With the right hand, we're going to place the index finger and the middle finger onto the forehead. And then we're going to use the ring finger and the thumb. So with the ring finger, we're going to block off the left nostril. And then practice that same breathing just through the right nostril. So as we inhale, abdomen rises, chest rises, feeling the breath into the throat. And then as we exhale, chest falls, abdomen pulls back towards the spine. Once again, just take a few long, slow, deep breaths here. And the breath wants to be as smooth as possible, so no need to force the breath at all. So inhaling, abdomen rising, chest rising, breath into the throat. And then exhaling, Chest falls, abdomen pulled back towards the spine. Taking one more breath here. And then exhaling. Inhaling. And exhaling. So the right nostril is linked towards the sun, developing energy, freshening up, bringing energy towards the body. The left nostril is to do with cooling down the body, to bring a sort of restful, peaceful mindset. So same action, 2 fingers coming towards the center of the forehead. And this time around, the right nostril is going to be gently blocked with the thumb. No need to press too hard, just a gentle pushing of the nostril. As we inhale, abdomen rises, chest rises, feeling the breath into the throat. And then as we exhale, chest falls, abdomen pulled back towards the spine. So inhaling. And then exhaling. Inhaling. And exhaling. So we want the breath to be smooth, long, and as slow as we could possibly make it. Taking one final breath, inhaling. And exhaling. Releasing the arms back down, just coming back to breathing normally. So it's really important that the spine is nice and long and tall while we're doing this breathing exercise. So now what we're going to look at is 2 different types of breathing. One is known as Surya Vedi. This is done mainly in the mornings to freshen up the mind. So we're inhaling through the right nostril and then exhaling through the left nostril. Inhaling through the right and then exhaling through the left. So if we're struggling to wake up in the mornings or we have a sleepy head and we need to freshen up, it's a good breathing technique to use. So once again, with the left hand, index finger and thumb touches, back of the palm comes towards the knee. And we don't have to push too hard, it's just a gentle touching of the finger and the thumb. With the right hand, 2 fingers come towards the third eye point between the eyebrows. And then we're going to block off the left nostril with the ring finger. Inhaling through the right. And then switching to block off the right nostril with the thumb, exhaling through the left. Switching to block off the left nostril with the ring finger, inhaling through the right. Switching and then exhaling through the left. Taking one more breath here, switching the finger, inhaling through the right nostril. Once again, we're going to bring the breath down to the abdomen and the chest rises and then feeling the breath into the throat. Switching the finger and exhaling through the left nostril. Chest falls, abdomen pulled back towards the spine. Just be aware that the spine is nice and long and straight. Inhaling through the right. And then exhaling through the left. Releasing the arms back down and just coming back to normal breathing once more. So just a reminder, that's known as Surya Vedi. Best to do in the mornings as we awaken. The next one is for developing a calming mind. So if in the evenings we're struggling to go to bed, or the mind is racing, or there's anxiety going on, this technique is best used in the evenings to cool the mind down. And it's known as the Chandra Vedi, which is the opposite. So the right nostril is linked with the sun, left nostril is linked with the moon. Chandra means moon. So it's simply the opposite, inhaling through the left, pausing for a second, then exhaling through the right. Inhaling through the left, pausing for a second, exhaling through the right. So we'll practice this one now. Index finger and thumb of the left hand touch. Back of the palm comes towards the knee. With the right hand, 2 fingers touch the third eye. And then we're going to block off the right nostril with the thumb. Inhaling through the left nostril. Pausing for a moment, switching, and then exhaling through the right. Switching, blocking off the right nostril with the thumb, inhaling. And then switching, blocking off the left nostril with the ring finger, exhaling. Switching the thumb, inhaling through the left. Switching the finger and then exhaling through the right. Once again, the breath wants to be as smooth as possible. Final breath, inhaling through the left. Switching and exhaling through the right. Exhaling just to release the arms down and just coming back to natural breathing again. Just making sure the abdomen still rises and falls with each breath. Gently. And the final breath I would like to share with you all is known as Nadi Shodhan. This is known as the alternate nostril breathing. And just to explain how this one works, is we inhale through the right and then exhale through the left. And then we switch, we inhale through the left and then exhale through the right. That's one cycle. And then we do the whole thing again, inhaling through the right, exhaling through the left, and then inhaling through the left, exhaling through the right. The benefits of this one is it helps open up the energy channels along the body, bringing life force, prana, energy to the body, but it also helps keep a restful and a peaceful mind. Once again, stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system, so it's nice and cooling, leading towards the steps towards meditation. So we'll practice this final breath. So with the left hand, once again, index finger and thumb touch, the fingers come to rest on the knee. With the right hand, 2 fingers onto the third eye point, and then we're blocking off the right nostril with the thumb. Exhale completely, and then inhaling through the left. Switching the finger, exhaling through the right. And then inhaling through the right. And then switching, exhaling through the left. Inhaling through the left. And switching, exhaling through the right. Inhaling through the right. Switching, and then exhaling through the left. That's the end of our second cycle. We'll do one more, inhaling through the left. Switching, exhaling through the right. Inhaling through the right. Switching, and then exhaling through the left. And then releasing the arms back down, just coming back to natural breathing. And that's pranayama. And so the three that we practiced today was Surya Vedi, Chandra Vedi, and Nadi Shodhan. Benefits of Nadi Shodhan is opening up the energy channels of the body and to help bring calmness and a restful mind. Om Shanti.
Hello, my name is Charlie and I live in Australia, and I've been practicing with the Brahma Kumaris, practicing Raja Yoga for about 45 years now. And I'd just like to share a few of my experiences, my journey with Raja Yoga. I actually grew up in Melbourne, and I think from a young age I was one of those searcher types of people. I was looking for something. Even though I'd say I had a good life, I was quite happy, but it really felt like something was missing. And perhaps later in my life I would identify that as my spiritual practice. And I went to university and I studied architecture at Melbourne University, but you know, this yearning, this searching for something became stronger and stronger. And so I deferred my studies and I travelled, and in those days it was quite a common thing. And I took a one-way flight to Malaysia, to Kuala Lumpur, and I then began to travel slowly overland to London. I went through Southeast Asia, India, the Middle East, Africa, and Europe. And as I was traveling, as I sort of moved away from all of the influences of my childhood, I began to really find a very, very deep spiritual feeling inside. And I lived with Sikhs, I lived with Taoists in a Taoist temple, which is like a Chinese religion. I lived with Muslims during Ramadan. I went and bathed in the Ganges. I went and spent time with the Dalai Lama in Dharamsala in India. I lived with yogis in the Himalayas, and much more in the Christian community in Europe too. And actually, as I was traveling and listening to all these wonderful truths of the great religions, one question came to me time and time again. I love what I heard, but my question was always, how do you experience it? How do you convert beliefs and ideas into a feeling inside? And I arrived in London, and I was living and working in London, but my search continued. I was still going to many organizations in London. And it was then that I came across the Brahma Kumaris. And quite honestly, as soon as I arrived, I could see in the faces of the people that it wasn't just theory they were spouting. They had some internal experience. And so that really began my own personal journey. And if I was asked, well, what have you benefited? What have you learned? Probably the most easy way for me to describe my whole journey has been a life of love. To me, the pinnacle human experience is the feeling of love, the feeling of belonging, the feeling of connection. I think that's the highest human experience. And when we don't have it, the mind is restless. The mind is always searching. Something is missing. It can never just relax and settle and taste that absolute sweetness of inner silence and inner peace. And I think what I've learned from the Brahma Kumaris is that there's probably 3 sources of love: myself, God, my family and friends. And when I began, I could see that there wasn't very much love for myself at all. And I feel that the human condition of now, what is creating such a dysfunctional world out there, is because the first and most intimate relationship of life, me with me, is so unhealthy. So when it moves into the world, we can see what a dysfunctional and chaotic world we have. So my relationship with myself wasn't very healthy. With God, I didn't really know who God was, had no idea. So my one source of love was my family and friends. And because you need love from them, we can be quite sensitive, quite easily hurt and influenced. So I think I was a fairly typical person as I came into, this practice. And I think I've learned 2 main things from the Brahma Kumaris which have really healed so much inside of me. The first, I would say, is to have a loving relationship with myself as a soul. And this really means that over time, I've really felt my self-respect grow and improve. And the first thing I really learned when I came was that I am the eternal soul, this tiny spark of life energy that's lived before this body and lived after this body. And once I connected with my true self, this journey towards self-respect began. And I think that my nature, when I started, was to please others. I was a bit of a people pleaser. I think it's a pretty common human thing. Because our self-respect is low, if you love me, if you respect me, I feel good. But if you don't, I feel the opposite. So we become, we really seek the approval of other people to feel good about who I am. And I really observed that that was a part of my journey. But as I began to practice, I began to sort of, maybe develop just that first step of self-value. And as I began to travel in this practice of Raja Yoga, I began to see that I would try to live up to an image, because when you have a teaching, you have a very high image of being totally peaceful, totally loving, kind, etc. But sometimes what the image is and what you feel inside are something quite different, because you're trying to bring transformation, but you haven't reached that part yet. And so sometimes we can feel discontent, sort of seeing how far I have to go. But I think I really learned to begin to be gentle with myself, caring to myself. I'm in a process of change. I'm learning about who I am. And one of the biggest learnings was that, when you hold a truth inside and you want to be that truth, not just know and spout that truth, but be it, and you don't reach that truth, sometimes your old nature comes back, you feel hurt, you feel angry, you feel upset. That sometimes, we react to the self. And I could see that that habit of self-rejection, you know? That sometimes you make a mistake, you fail at something, you're criticized, and you can sort of reject the self. And I began to realize that, you know, this self-rejection and the effect of that, guilt, shame, fear, lack of self-respect, is incredibly damaging on the journey. So I think I began to learn not how to overreact to myself. No, I'm in a process of transformation. I'm in a process of change. And then even moving forward, I think my self-value through my practice of meditation began to improve. But I also noticed that I often would define myself more by what I do rather than who I am. You know what they say, we're all more human doings than human beings. So I would sort of define myself by my actions and by my role in life. And so, you know, if you didn't do very well, you'd be very self-critical. I would be so very self-critical, etc. But I think I began to really step away from that too and define myself more. Who am I? I am a soul. I'm the child of God. And so over a period of time and a daily practice, I really noticed my relationship with myself change dramatically. I really started to feel much more stable, not overreactive if someone was negative to me or critical or even didn't like me, which in the past used to affect me a great deal. But where did I really find that sense of inner strength? I think it actually came from my relationship with God. So the first thing I think that I've really learned in Raj Yoga is how to have a loving relationship with myself as a soul. But secondly, the loving relationship with God. And my journey with God was quite interesting because in my teen years, I found it hard to accept a God that I was offered, which was a God who was judgmental, punishing, authoritarian. I just couldn't relate to it. So, you know, when I was 12 or 13, I used to say, well, I'm an atheist. I don't really believe in God. And as I began to travel, I became more like an agnostic, I would say. I used to sort of say, well, I just don't know who God is. But when I began to practice Raj Yoga, you know, I was offered this idea that God is a soul like me, but a pure soul, eternally clean, unblemished, a soul that retains truth. The main thing for me, though, was not just a belief, an idea, but a real, living, pulsating being. So that when I'm meditating, I'm not just meditating on an intellectual concept or a belief. I'm absolutely remembering and connecting with the lover of the soul. And I began to experiment with this. And I feel that we search for true love. We invest our heart in relationships. It's the most natural thing to do in human life. I think in the DNA of the human spirit, we want to bond, we want to connect, we want to feel close. It's the most natural thing. And yet, sometimes, you know, we know that human relationships are not really like that. You know, sometimes there's differences, conflicts, separation, even death. And so the object of my love really disappears. And what I began to explore was this permanent relationship of I, the soul, with the Supreme Soul. And the way I really look at it these days is that when I began, I used to sort of try to meditate. I'd sit down and try to concentrate on God. And really, let's be honest, concentration's not easy. I'd say the concentration span of most of us is a few seconds. And in this teaching, we're told to remember God. And I began to relate to that much better. Because remembrance is absolutely natural. At every millisecond of life, I'm remembering. I'm remembering somebody. I'm remembering what I have to do. I'm remembering what I've done. I'm remembering what you said. Constantly remembering. And each time I remember 3 things are happening in my own observation of my inner world. As soon as you remember, it's like a little thread from your intellect touches instantly what you remember: a person, a memory, a place. As soon as you touch, you're influenced. And as soon as you're influenced, it's like you live stream back a feeling into your mind. And I began to observe that whatever I connect with, whatever I plug my thinking into, I'm influenced, and I live stream a feeling back inside. And so I used to begin to see that when I didn't feel so good inside, I used to think, well, what am I remembering? And every time, 100%, I would be remembering a problem, remembering a person where there was a little bit of difficulty, remembering a past situation. When you plug in, you're influenced, and it sort of live streams back a low feeling into the mind. And really what I began to learn in Raj Yoga is that once I realize and experience myself to be the soul, beyond this body and all its hundreds of labels, and then I begin to remember the subtle thread connects with the one who's an ocean of love, an ocean of peace, an ocean of purity. And the more I remember, it's like I'm influenced, and I live stream back God's energy into my mind. And I found that I began to see so clearly when my head was connected to God, how I felt, and when my head was connected to people in the past, how I felt, night and day. So it really motivated me to keep more connected with this lover of the soul, with this relationship. And what I began to notice is that when I did connect, it's like my mind was on a high frequency. The vibrations were very light. And that sustained me. It sustained the atmosphere around me, and it sustains people around me. Just by connecting with the right source, downloading in here, and just holding that frequency of love, of respect, of care, etc. But when I remembered the other stuff, the old stuff, it was like a low vibration in my mind. And that made me a bit uncomfortable internally. And I think what I really am loving these days about Raja Yoga, my practice of Raja Yoga, is that it's completely natural. And I began to observe that when I was trying to practice my spiritual journey in a religious way, it's all about force, pressure, pushing, hard work, that sort of style. But what I've really learned here is the first step is to completely fall in love. And that really means I need to know deeply who the Supreme Soul is. Not just a belief, a picture on a wall, but really intimately connect with this living, pulsating being. Because when I fall in love, secondly, I naturally remember. The thread is under that influence. And the more I naturally remember, my intellect's not going to the past and people and problems. So the vibration in my mind is higher. And I found the more I naturally remember, I naturally change. I naturally start to step back into a happier frame of mind. And the more I naturally transform or I naturally change, I've found that the feelings of who you are automatically influence the atmosphere and people around. Because I think it's the most natural thing for all of us. We want to share love. We want to uplift those people we love. And we can see at the moment a lot of them are going through a very difficult time. And you can talk and talk and talk. You can give that emotional support. But when you're in the zone, when you're really remembering and you've changed, that feeling that you give to people really makes them relax, makes them feel loved, makes them feel belonging. So it's like a natural service just by being the person you really are. So to me these days I would say Raj Yoga is the most natural way of life. Falling in love, remembering the one you fall in love with, transforming and then serving through your face, through your eyes, through your vibrations, just being the person you are. And I think that's just so relevant for our time at the moment. And so what I'd love to do is to invite you for a few minutes of meditation, and maybe we will go on the journey of love in our meditation, or perhaps I should say in a few minutes of just remembering. Wherever I may be, let me put away all the things of distraction, phones and screens, and let me just reflect about my relationship with myself. How do I treat myself? Am I kind? Am I caring? Am I forgiving? Am I respectful? The whole of my life depends on the quality of this relationship. And the first step of Raja Yoga is to begin the journey of a relationship with myself as the eternal soul. So just visualize yourself as this minute spark of life energy sitting in the center of the forehead, in the front of the brain. Just feel yourself sitting so lightly. I, the permanent soul, in the temporary body. Just remember who you are and feel yourself cooling down, calming down. Just feel your mind feeling lighter and lighter. And in this state of soul consciousness, let me remember the Supreme Soul, God, the lover of the soul. Just visualize a radiant jewel of light, the eternal form of God, and gently rest your remembrance with this one relationship that's permanent. An ocean of unlimited love. Just as you connect the thread of your intellect in remembrance, feel this love penetrating you, influencing you, and feel your mind becoming like an unlimited place of inner love. Just keep this energy of love live streaming into your mind. And as you put yourself under the influence of the highest one, just observe how you feel. your self-respect grows. And this feeling of a healing inside, the heaviness, the hurt of the past is dissolving. And the magic of this divine love restores my self-respect, my self-love, my self-value. As much as I have self-respect, I can respect everyone. As much as I have self-respect, I will be humble. As much as I have self-respect, I will be loving, and others will love me. As much as I have self-respect, I feel easy inside. I can feel this deep relaxation, this deep self-acceptance. I take the pressure off myself to be something, to look good, to be noticed. This is Raja Yoga, to know and experience who I am, to know and experience the divine God in a very real way. Om Shanti.
So let's spend some time in silence. What do I need right now? I need some quiet time to be with me, to connect with myself, because that's where the peace, the love and the happiness lies. I think I need someone, something, or some situation to bring me peace, love and happiness. But actually what I need right now, I need love. I need peace. I need my original qualities. And where do they exist? Within me already. I need to give myself time to emerge those qualities. And so right now, I gently remind myself that I am peace. I am love. I am happiness. As I hold each thought, I go into the experience of that quality. This is what I need right now. Whatever I think, I will feel. I am peace. I am love. Happiness is what I am. As I create these thoughts within, I go into the feeling of each quality. Other thoughts may come, but I just watch them, observe them. Don't give attention and feed them, but focus on my inner qualities. If I think about them, they will emerge. How? How to create peace? I am peace. How to create love? I am love. As I ponder my mind on these positive attributes of the soul, the spirit, I give energy to myself. I empower myself. And I feel good. As I take my mind up and beyond to a world of peace, of silence, I connect to the Supreme Soul, the Source, the ocean of peace, the ocean of love, the ocean of bliss. I see myself as the light, the soul beyond, immersed in that peace, absorbed in that pure love. I stay in this experience for a few moments. Feeling recharged, energized. Then I look down from there on this world. This world needs love. This world needs peace. So from up above, I send thoughts of peace, of love to this troubled world. I let my thoughts reach the elements, nature, animals, to every single human being. I send thoughts of light, of love, of peace to this troubled world right now. I let go of the worry, the fear, the doubt, just for these few moments, and spread positivity and power to all four corners of this world. And in this silence, this stillness, I feel rejuvenated. I feel calm. I feel safe and protected. So I take this experience with me. I carry this experience into the day and remind myself every now and then that I am peace. I am love. This is what I need right now. Let's just hold this experience for a few moments. Om Shanti.
Let me take a moment to pause. A pause within this time when the world itself has been on pause. I breathe in love and breathe out peace. Breathe in love and breathe out peace. As I do, I feel myself become full with this quality of pure love. I become aware of a golden light that surrounds me, that lifts me into a dimension beyond time, where I exist as an eternal being of light. I feel the energy of love all around. I can sense the presence of the divine source holding me in tenderness and pure love. A love that knows me as I truly am, that sees me for what I truly am, a child of divine love. In this experience of perfect union, this connection with the Supreme Being, this yoga between I, the soul, and the divine, I feel complete. This is the feeling I have been searching for my whole life. I feel as if I have come home to myself. I have touched that deep place within myself where knowing gives way to being. And from this place of bliss, I feel a thread that connects me back to my present life, to the role I play in the drama of the everyday. It is here that I can fulfill my destiny, carry out my life purpose at this present time. I see the potential I have to bring this experience of perfect bliss into the place I call home, making this experience of divine love visible in everything I do. Reaching out and touching others like a gift of love, a gift of joy, so that my home becomes a sanctuary, a refuge, a place of peace, a place of love, a place for the yoga of the heart. This becomes my offering of love to transform the energy around me and uplift not just my household, but the whole world. Whilst performing all my tasks, I can become an instrument for spreading waves of peace out into the world. Our one precious world. The home of our beautiful human family. This earth, our home, can once again become the radiant home of our memories and of our dreams. Deep within our hearts, we know this is not only our dream, but also our destiny. We know that once again we will see a world in perfect harmony. When I become this, when my home becomes this, then the world too will become this. As is my inner being, so will be our outer world. I am peace. The world is peace. Om Shanti. I, the soul, am peace.
Om Shanti. I would like to express my sincerest thanks to all the participants in this event, especially to Katie, Bhavesh, Charlie Bai, Philippa, and Natalie. And I do hope that you took a lot of benefit from this, as I did. And if you would like to know more about the Brahma Kumaris, of some of the activities that we offer, you can go online. You can find out on brahmakumaris.uk, or you can email us here at Leicester Harmony House, leicester@uk.brahmakumaris.uk. So thank you for joining us, and we do hope that we will hear from you again in the future, and you can join us for future events. So thank you once again, and have a great evening. Om Shanti.